Hello everybody, hope it's doing great today. Appreciate those who watched this video. I hope you enjoy it. So let's jump into Freejack. Good old Freejack here. Stars Emilio Estevez, Anthony Hopkins, Rene Russo, and Mick Jagger. Yes, from the Rolling Stones. Good old Mick Jagger. And he's a hit or miss in this one. You either love him or you hate him as an actor in this one. But anyways, let's get into Freejack. For those of you who don't know what Freejack is about, it's basically about people from the future. I think it might be in our time. So supposedly this is our time here that is happening. But anyways, people from our time are taking people away from the past, from the 90s, you know, and using their bodies so they can live forever. Basically what the premise of this movie is. However, when they take Emilio Estevez from the 90s and put him in the year 2025, I don't know if that's a year. I'm just saying, but move him into the future, okay, which is around our time period. Anyways, Estevez doesn't come back dead. No. He's very much alive. He escapes because, you know, people nowadays, they got our future. They got the future all right. No, everybody in our time period wants to live forever. Why not take somebody else's body, put your memories and soul into their body and live on forever? Because, you know, they're dead anyways, right? So it's kind of like a Total Recall, a little bit of a storyline too, I guess you could say, as maybe not, but anyways, you got Emilio Estevez. He's out there running around in this place, and people are hunting him down. He can't trust his friends, and can't trust his enemies. Can't trust anybody. He can barely trust his girlfriend from the past, who's now in the future, older, Rene Russo, who, you know, 30 years, aged pretty well. You know, she looks pretty good. Just like she did when she was 20. She would have been about 50 right now in this time period. So you got like a 20-year-old Emilio Estevez hanging out with a 50-year-old Rene Russo. If we're going to be talking realistic logic, you know. But hey, there's no age. When it comes to love, there's no age, right? Kind of like this movie, you know. It has a great premise. Could have been done a little bit better, you know. Emilio Estevez is after his young guns phase, so he still has that Billy the Kid type of character into him, and so he's got that cockiness from the Billy the Kid with him. But only problem is his lines feel kind of flat. I don't know. I don't really think it's his problem. More, I think the director. Don't know, but anyways, the character just didn't really work in this movie. And then you have Mick Jagger as the bounty hunter who's chasing after him. And, you know, he's all right. He's all right for, you know, a rock and roll star trying to be an actor. I just can't see how But if it had Michael Ironside in this movie, you know, the guy from Tomb Raider, tracking down Emilio Estevez, I think the movie would have been like a whole lot better because Michael Ironside has that edge to him and that great feel to him, I guess you could say, as a bounty hunter. You know, just imagine him acting like he did in, I believe, Total Recall, right? Tracking down Emilio Estevez. I think that would have brought the movie up another notch or level. But with Mick Jagger, he kind of got a campy feeling. You know, him trying to act like a tough guy type of thing. But he has a heart of gold there at the end, you know, has a change of mind as it lets Emilio Estevez free, and, you know, ignores, you know, girls are hard, I guess. He's still got his money, right? As long as you get paid, it doesn't matter what the outcome is. I guess that's the moral of that character. Also, you know, I do like some aspects they got of the future. You know, you get the future cars look like ladybugs in a way. But I think they are self-driving, right? I'm trying to remember, right? It's been about a couple of weeks since I see this movie. And my notes disappeared on me. I guess that's a bad thing to say right now. But anyways, but, you know, and then they're shooting electricity bolts at each other. Not really laser beams, you know. Don't have laser guns, but they got electricity bolts, which was a good concept, a good idea. And I think that's kind of like the aspect of this movie, of the feel of this movie is, the storyline's pretty cool. I like the idea of people from the future bringing people from the past back, you know, right before they die, and then implanting their memories and their brain, whatever, into the other body so they can have immortality. And I guess one thing I wasn't really clear, and maybe if you see this before, you can help me out in the comments below, is if this trade is illegal or legal. So sometimes it feels like it's legal, and sometimes it feels like it's illegal. Like I know it's kind of feels like it's an in between. Maybe it's legal if you got money, it's illegal if you're broke. I don't know, but one thing is for sure though, if you survive going to the future, you know, you are definitely a hunted man, and it is illegal for you to be alive, but it's not illegal for them to bring you from the past. Something like that, okay? I don't know. So maybe you guys can explain it to me in the comments. Maybe explain a little bit better in the novel. Maybe, you know, I just missed it watching it. I don't know. Overall, though, you got pretty cool chase scenes. You got some great, you know, ideas of the movie. Overall, you know, I had a good time watching it for the most part. Like I said, though, like, you know, Estevez's character, you know, his lines just kind of fall flat. I feel like that's this kind of like the theme of this movie. Everything falls flat. The action scenes are a little flat. But, you know, if you use your imagination and put those things aside, it's a pretty good movie. Great at concept. This is one of those movies where I wouldn't mind if they did do a remake of it, because I think they might be able to do a better job with it. I think it needs a do-over. I think it's one of those movies that needs a do-over. You know, you got some movies where they're just a classic. You're like, why would you remake Goonies? Or, you know, I'm not saying they are, but, or why would you remake this movie when it's perfect the first time? But there's some movies where the story and the plot is really good, but the execution is bad. Why not remake those movies? You know, they might have flopped 35 years ago, but it's a good movie idea. Just do the movie better and remake it, you know. Remake the bad movies. Keep the classics alone. You know, that's my idea. Have a great day, and let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Why remake good movies when they're already good? Remake the bad movies. Am I right or am I wrong? Let me know in the comments below. Have a great day, and until next time, bye-bye.